I have just completed my first spring plant haul, and I'm so excited to share with you what I got because I got some things I have never had or grown before. So let's learn about some new plants together. Hi you guys, this is Nicole from My Carolina Garden. My garden is located in growing zone 8B and we are in southeastern North Carolina. So let's jump into some goodies. Now this is my first plant haul because so far we've been like, oh, do the garden centers even have anything? What's the inventory like there? And now day by day, my garden centers here are rolling out tons of goodies. We're gonna start with some cold tolerant things that are perfect to add into our containers, or if we're putting them in the ground right now, fabulous. I got some snapdragons. Now here's what's up. I got these snapdragons from Lowe's, and Lowe's currently is running a sale where these are, what are these? Pints? I don't even know. 1 pint annuals, let's call them, are $1. They're regularly $2, now they're $1. Those of you that have started things like snapdragons from seeds, that's awesome. You have spent even less money than I have, but seed starting was not in my life this year. Snapdragons, I got 6 of these guys, and what I want to do with them is add them into my DIY garden easel. I already have some pansies and violas that have tons of color over there, so these guys are gonna be great because they're gonna get tall in the background of my easel. What else I got? Petunias, same sale, so they were $1. I don't ordinarily buy petunias. We talk about this a lot here. They suffer in my southern garden. Now, I have full sun gardens pretty much everywhere, and the petunias just can't seem to keep up with the heat. Now, other people have great success. I don't. But for $1, I figured let me grab a few. So I got some pink babies, because I love pink. Here's the other one. And they had one of these multicolored petaled petunias, and I just love anything multicolored. So they're probably not gonna go in the same spot necessarily, but I got some petunias for $1. Couple other things that aren't the exciting things just yet, but more dollar sales are marigolds. So here's what's up though. Marigolds and petunias are not going to be cold hardy like your violas, pansies, or snapdragons. So if I do have a threat of frost or temperatures in the 30s, I will be covering these guys, or if I have them in pots, the pots will be protected during that time. I don't think I'm gonna have a frost again this year, but that doesn't mean my temperatures won't be in the 30s. So these beautiful pops of yellow I thought would look gorgeous with the hot pink of the petunia, and I have a special spot where I think I'm gonna put these guys together. All right, into some bigger babies now. This is the Scent First Tickled Pink Dianthus. Now I don't have all blooms on here, but you can see what the color is going to be like, but I do have lots of buds. You know that I'm a tremendous fan of Dianthus, and if you didn't know that, I'm telling you now. I did a whole video dedicated to the Dianthus because it has a lot of wonderful qualities. Some of the qualities are, ooh, carpenter bees are out. They are early spring bloomers. That's one thing. Also, a lot of Dianthus stay evergreen here in my Zone 8 garden. So I have a lot of great things to say about them. They come in a ton of different varieties. So this is just one of them. And yes, these blooms are carnation shaped. So we got some more pink, and the sale on these guys is they are regularly $8. They are on sale right now, 2 for $10, so they are $5 each. Be sure to check your sales flyers this time of year because spring events are gonna be happening all over the place. It's a fabulous time to not only buy plants on sale, but also soil, fertilizer, all things like that, because the garden centers want you to come back and buy. So some Dianthus. All right, you guys, more goodies, more goodies. Oh my gosh, do you see this? Do you see the speckled plant right here? This is a coleus. Now this coleus is a very special one because it is a downtown series. What does that mean? There are coleus varieties that have come out with names that are of downtown city names in the United States. This one is downtown Greenville. So this is also from Lowe's. This is all from Lowe's. I actually Googled what Greenville city are we talking about, because there are Greenvilles in a lot of different states. I was hoping it was going to be North Carolina. It's South Carolina. Hey, it's still a Carolina plant, so I was really excited to find it. I'm a huge fan of coleus. I did a whole shade garden last year, basically dedicated to coleus. And what I love about them is they get super big during the growing season. So you can start out with a small plant, end up with a tremendous plant. They come in so many colors, so many varieties. They performed awesomely for me. So this is the first coleus that I bought for the year. I overwintered tons of different ones, pieces, colors that I had last year, but this is my first purchase. So downtown Greenville coleus, speckled gorgeousness. And now, since I technically have had coleus before, here's the plant I have never had before. Ready? Are you ready? This is the Ascot Rainbow Euphorbia, and I have two of them. Let me tell you, some of you have probably had this plant before and you're thinking, psh, get with the program. I already knew it was awesome, but I haven't had it before. And you know, sometimes like the plant universe just like opens up your eyes to something when it's time for you to have it. And that's what happened to me with these. So here's what happened. I'm in the garden center, I'm walking by them. Like I said, I love multicolored flower blooms, like I pointed out with the petunia, but I also really like multicolored foliage. So this guy was already calling to me. We have some yellow, some green, even some pinks mixed into the stems here on this plant. So I stopped, I looked at the tag, and I thought, I better Google this right now and see all the reasons why I should have or not have this plant. Here's the great things that I learned. It is extremely drought tolerant. It is extremely heat tolerant and salt tolerant. It literally said in Google that this is a fabulous plant to have in a coastal garden. And as you know, I'm in coastal North Carolina. I have sandy soil. The ocean's like right over there. So this was the most perfect plant for me. But to make it even more perfect for other people, it's zone hardy 5 to 9. So it's not just a warm temperature loving plant. You can have it in zone 5. Zone 5 might need a little protection though, but it's evergreen. Oh my gosh. So the little flowers that it's going to get are basically going to be a bonus in my opinion, because we have so much gorgeous colored foliage on these guys. And then I could see lots of little areas where flowers are going to come out eventually, but it's evergreen plus all the other things I said. Let me just tell you how big it's going to get. 18 to 24 inches high, by the same exact dimensions wide. So I don't yet know where I'm going to be putting this. It wants full sun too, but holy cow, I couldn't pass it up. So this is my favorite. I'm super excited about it. I love all the colors and it's perennial. So these guys are perennial. The Dianthus are perennial, and snapdragons will come back as they reseed and that sort of thing. But again, cold loving. Marigolds, petunias, not really gonna be perennial because they don't like the cold dips in temperature. They're not frost hardy. And the coleus also not perennial. Gonna be taking this guy in for the winter, or at least a clipping of him. That's everything I got. Now let's start putting some things in their places. So where I am going to put the petunias and the marigolds for the pink and yellow is in my lady head planter. If you don't know her, I want to introduce you to one of my favorite garden pieces ever. I probably have had her maybe 4 years now. I tend to change her out seasonally basically, but for the winter I left sedum in. And look how gorgeous it is. It's like her whole hairstyle is made up of sedum. So I have the cascading rock sedum and lemon coral sedum that kind of has its winter color to it right now. I almost hate to mess it up, but what I want to do is add some vibrant pops of color into the back part here. So I'm going to attempt to do that with the 4 little annuals that I got. And what I want to also say is the creeping moss phlox that I have here all in my rock garden that's cascading around my boulders and down and everything is one of my favorite features of my entire rock garden. So early spring is when it really shows off. And I thought between this and you can see another little pop of lemon coral sedum right below my ladyhead planter, It just has different coloring because it's in the ground. But like that yellow and pink, I thought should be mirrored up here in her. So let's see if I can get out some of this sedum and make room for some yellow and pink. And I also noticed she had a little blemish on her face. I'm gonna see if I can wipe that off. She almost needs some sort of a coating. She's like a plastic planter, and I feel like I need to protect her from the sun. I'm going to attempt to leave the sedum intact that's all in the front and on the sides because I love it so much as a gorgeous draper. So I'm really gonna just start working in the back here. So it'll be hidden from your view what I'm cutting up, but then once I get the beautiful color in, you should be able to see it very easily. All right, let's see here. Marigold number 1. I just got to let it lean in place so I can see how much room I have. I think I'm going to do 3 things. These roots look excellent. I don't have to even mess with them. This one has a little bit, but it's not root bound at all. This is not tight whatsoever. A little bit more than this one, but awesome. I feel really solid about these guys. So I'm going to try to do pink, yellow, pink, and we're going to see what happens. How does that look? I have to go around the front to see. So totally simple, of course, just adding in a few pops of color, but I think she looks gorgeous and just seasonally beautiful. And another bit of pink I wanted to show you is right down here. I have some trailing verbena, and this one is semi-evergreen for me too. So this one's coming out right now, early spring, and then it'll last me for a while. So I'm gonna get a lot more pink and white tones over here, which will just accent the pink and white petunias perfectly. Let's go pop those snapdragons into my garden easel. All right, so my snapdragons are going, ooh, this wind is not a friend of mine today. The snapdragons are going to get taller than the pansies and violas, so I'm gonna put them in the back line of my easel here, and when they start really filling out, this whole little garden box is gonna fill out. But I just came up with another idea too. By the way, I have no idea what colors the snapdragons are, so we're just going for it. But right here I have a pot of Dianthus. This is a different one than the pink scented one we just talked about before. I think I'm gonna divide some of this up. I think I am. And put it right in the corners of my flower box up there, because it's going to start to come out as a vibrant pink. And you can see it's already doing a little of its draping activity over the sides of this. So what I'd like to do is just pop some right here and pop some right on the other corner, so we have it starting to spill out on the sides. We'll do that second. We'll do the snapdragons first. I've decided against separating the Dianthus to put in the corners, because once I kind of filled this in, I was like, I don't really have great space for that. When I do this as a summer arrangement, I'll come up with something, either ivy or creeping Jenny or something like that, sweet potato vine maybe, that will be a real draper. But for now, we're gonna just allow this to fill in. But look how pretty. The ruffled pansies are just so gorgeous. And I like them because they're with us during our coldest months and still bring us cheer. All right, let's pop back over to the rock garden area. So I have 1 marigold left and 1 petunia left. So I think I'm gonna put them into the landscape, into the actual garden, once our temperatures normalize a little bit more. And then I just have to find places for the Dianthus. I would not be afraid to plant them in the ground right now. This time of year is great for them, but I'm just gonna hold off until I find the right spot. The coleus, I haven't decided if it's gonna go into my shade garden with the rest of my coleus collection. I kind of feel like it should, but I was thinking, like, should I put it into a pot? Something like this. I kind of like the burgundy tones playing off the blue tones. This one kind of matches it maybe almost a little too well. So I also have to decide on that. If I'm going to put him into the ground or into a pot. and where he will go. Maybe you can help me decide that. Do you think he should just be part of my coleus alley collection right in the shade garden? Or should I spread the coleus love around if I can? By the way, this coleus is part sun. So it is not just shade, it is part sun. I should have shared that before because that's huge for coleus. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you had fun checking out this little plant haul. And until next time, happy planting.